Hey Steelers fans, things are tough for the Steelers, especially with the latest updates. With an offense that hasn't shown what it's made of and serious concerns about the offensive line, the mood is tense in Pittsburgh. Can the team turn things around before the start of the regular season? Plus, one of our key players may be facing health issues, and now he's just received some not-so-good news. The Steelers need to show improvement in the game against the Lions. Leave a like and let's see what Tomlin had to say and what he expects from this game. Mike Tomlin, head coach of the Pittsburgh Steelers, is looking for a turnaround in the team's final preseason game against the Detroit Lions after lackluster performances in their first two outings of 2024. The Steelers' offense has yet to score with their first-team players against the Houston Texans and the Buffalo Bills, raising concerns as the regular season approaches. Tomlin emphasized the importance of this upcoming game as a dry rehearsal, expressing his desire to see the offense execute in the game as they have in practice. He highlighted the need for the team to demonstrate the splash plays and consistency they've shown during training sessions, which have yet to translate to in-game success. In the mindset that it's a dry rehearsal, man, I want to see the fruit of the labor that I have seen out here on the practice field. We've had some really awesome practice days and showing really good consistency and fundamentals and splash play ability, but I haven't seen it in stadium yet. So, in a perfect world, I'd like to see that in the stadium before I move on to provide reps with some other guys that are trying to get a job for themselves. The Steelers plan to play all healthy players in Detroit, making this a crucial test for the first team, particularly with quarterback Russell Wilson, whose debut was less than stellar. Wilson ended his first game with the Steelers with minimal yardage, a poor third-down conversion rate, and multiple sacks. Tomlin is hopeful to see a marked improvement that will enable him to assess deeper roster candidates later in the game. Despite previous setbacks, he remains optimistic about the team's capabilities, attributing the preseason struggles largely to mental errors and execution lapses rather than a lack of skill or preparation. Absent from the lineup will be Jaylen Warren, sidelined with a hamstring injury, and rookies Roman Wilson and Troy Fautanu, who are recovering from injuries sustained earlier in the preseason. Their absence will test the depth and adaptability of the Steelers' offense. As Pittsburgh gears up for their regular season opener in Atlanta, the urgency for the offense to gel and perform consistently is paramount. The coaching staff remains confident, with offensive coordinator Arthur Smith noting earlier in the week that the team needs to simplify and focus on fundamentals to overcome self-inflicted setbacks. The Steelers' performance in Detroit will be a critical indicator of their readiness for the regular season, with hopes high for a display of the potential Tomlin has witnessed in practice. Fans and critics alike will be watching closely to see if the Steelers can translate their practice field successes into effective game day execution. But if you think the situation in the attack was already complicated, things can get worse. Now, let's move on to the next news. The Pittsburgh Steelers are grappling with concerns over their offensive line after a challenging preseason game against the Buffalo Bills, where they lost 9-3. The spotlight, particularly harsh, falls on Broderick Jones, whose performance has sparked worry among fans and experts alike. The game not only underscored difficulties in protection by the offensive line, but also cast doubts on the health of Jones. Russell Wilson and Justin Fields both took the helm during the game, but despite their efforts, the Steelers could only muster 3 points, highlighting an ongoing struggle within the team's offensive strategy. The quarterback duo was under relentless pressure, with Wilson getting sacked 3 times during his appearance, reflecting a broader issue with the offensive line's effectiveness. Broderick Jones, a key figure in this line, has been particularly in the limelight. Post-game, he was notably absent from media interactions, instead seen consulting with team doctors, which fueled further speculation about his fitness. Steelers insider Ray Fittipaldo shared on the PM team W. Pony and Muller that Jones has been battling an elbow injury and has been wearing a brace, which could explain some of his struggles on the field. Just based on what I know, guys, I think it's just something that he has to deal with, Fittipaldo remarked. It's something that he's going to have to play through. It's one of those things where it's probably not going to get better anytime soon, but they have determined that it can't get worse. This revelation puts Jones's performance in context, suggesting that his issues during the game might stem from this injury, which, while manageable, does not seem to be improving. His situation sheds light on the Steelers' offensive line challenges as they head into another preseason match against the Detroit Lions. Fittipaldo expressed concern about the long-term implications of Jones's injury. I don't know exactly what the MRI says, but that's the one thing that does concern me. So right now it's just something that he has to play through, but who knows what this is going to turn into down the road. Amidst these developments, there's a strategic shift within the Steelers lineup. Jerry Dulac reported a change in the starting lineup with rookie Troy Fautanu slated to begin as right tackle in the season opener, despite also recovering from an injury. This move marks a deviation from the Steelers' typical cautious approach with young players like Jones, who wasn't named a starter until midway through the previous season. With Fautanu stepping in at right tackle and Jones expected to manage his role at left tackle, the possibility opens for Dan Moore Jr. to challenge for the left tackle spot should Jones's performance be hindered further by his injuries. This potential shift could have significant implications for the Steelers' offensive line strategy as the regular season approaches. The Steelers find themselves at a critical juncture with their offensive line, and the next few weeks could be pivotal in shaping their strategies and outcomes for the coming season. With so many challenges ahead, the upcoming match against the Detroit Lions will be crucial to understanding what we can expect from the Steelers this season. Will the team be able to overcome these difficulties and show its true potential? Leave your opinion in the comments and don't forget to click on the final screens video to continue following everything about the Steelers. Until next time.